through fire, stood at the edge of the knife. Stared into the heart of the storm, but I haven't done this. I'm a thief, and I've come to take what's mine. It's not fear that's holding me back, it's just I've been training my whole ride for this. Let down your guard and he will kick you in the teeth. Look away and he will buck you off the saddle. Confidence comes here to die, and there's a long list. Failure leaves a mark, a living and breathing reminder to those who trespass. I've seen what it's done to them. This monster of Fruita. Are you willing to pay the price? Will you do what it takes? Will you ride away? Or be trampled? Can you? Can you pull off the heist? The Horsethief Bench Drop In.
Yeah! Woo!
Saddle up, boys and girls. Everyone knows what it is. Everyone knows where it is. 911 knows what and where it is. And riders from all ends of the earth come here to prove themselves. This line used to be a lamb. Decades ago, this menace used to be a 2-track access road, but after the great Horsethief land swap, the drop-in was neglected and nature began its reclamation. The mark left on the Entrada sandstone began to erode away, and what's left? The burial grounds of a great many egos. This is my white whale, 100 yards of untamed, unkept, and unconquered mountain biking. Piece by piece, I whittled away at the drop-in, but I needed more. I set my sights on lesser features: pucker up, free lunch, the toilet bowl, the waterfall, eagle's wing, rock stacker, and Jackson's. As each seemingly impossible feature fell, I didn't. My limits kept rising. Only one thing remained. One final boss. I've ridden the Horsethief Bench more than any other trail, but the hike down was a constant reminder I wasn't there. I knew what it took: guts, determination, and skill, and I was so close. This wasn't gonna happen overnight. Different than any mountain I climbed or fish I caught. The time had come, and the stage was set. After riding in Moab with Eric, a BC POV, and Fangirl Yuka, I was finally ready for the drop-in. But I wasn't alone. Side by side, Sheyn and I had progressed as equals along the way, behind Kyle and Josh, who always set the benchmark, pushing us to breaking our limits and being better riders than we were yesterday. The top half of Horsethief is straightforward, and every feature is easily rollable to the second half. That godforsaken fence post with the barbed wire, that's where everything changes. Horsethief has claimed more than its fair share of faces, bikes, and egos. Everyone has paid the price. Just one turn I couldn't make, one leap of faith I couldn't take. Committed to cleaning the drop-in, that was our sole purpose, focused purely on 100 yards of mountain biking. It wasn't pretty, and it didn't go as planned.
They're on your forehead.
You can't see my eyes. You can't see my eyes. Okay, here we go.
Whoa! That was the smoothest wreck I've ever seen. It was almost like an interpretive dance of sorts. The cat sucks!
Behind the smiles and the joking, the drop-in had left a mark on both of us, and there was pain. Defeat was imminent. But we didn't give up. We were so close. I could taste victory. I could see the end in sight. If at first you don't succeed, try again, and again, and again, until it becomes insanity. We needed another strategy. The spotter. How did I get here? Was it because of me? No. It was Sheyn. It was Kyle. It was Josh. They were there. They've always been there. It was Eric's knowledge, Brian's work, Dakota's shreddage of the gnar, and James's love of YouTube that got me here. Things were about to change. With the support of his friends, knowing they would catch him if he fell, Sheyn's limits were breaking.
Yeah! Yeah! Woo! Yeah!
So close. I saw it on his face, pure grit, powered by the cheering and support of his friends. I knew his next attempt would be his last. Sheyn hiked the dreaded drop-in one final time. The moment, the euphoria, the crowd cheering and the dogs barking, Sheyn did it. He conquered the drop-in. But I was beginning to have second thoughts. I couldn't get it. Try after try, wreck after wreck. I just couldn't escape the pain in my hand. And as the spectators began to grow, my odds were fading away. And instead of focusing on the present, I began to think of the future. It was over. But I stood over the feature I could not conquer, the drop-in. And I noticed the crowds began to part. That slamming door was becoming an opening window. It was my moment, now or never. And I ran to my bike. I thought, could this be it?
Just gotta do it. Get it? Right? Yeah! Yes! Yes!
Finally, after hundreds of rides on the Horsethief Bench just once, I finally didn't have to trip over the rocks. I've made it to the bottom. 6 hours on 100 yards. I finally did it. I rode the drop-in from top to bottom. We pulled off the heist. For me, cleaning the Horsethief Bench Drop-In was my mountain biking equivalent to climbing all of Colorado's 14ers. It took time. It took the grind when things didn't go as planned or our outlook was trending downward. It took the people to propel me to the top, or in this case, the bottom, to one of the best trails in the world. I don't care anymore. I'll walk to the bottom knowing that for just once, we did it. Huge shout out to Josh, Kyle, and Sheyn, and even Cassidy for helping finally put this feature to bed. And thank you to all the subscribers and fans of the channel for sticking through the good times and the bad. Hope you enjoyed this mountain biking gold story. We rode the drop-in, and you can too.